that said all of war is deception. So I also have to imagine that within the noise, there are a lot of nuggets that are placed erroneously on purpose, trying to point you in a completely different direction. Okay, one thing, is that the recipe for you, or is there more?
So I would say the recipe is to get a sense of the battlefield, take in all sorts intelligence, and then actually synthesize in addition to analyze the information. Analyzing.
Yeah, okay. I think you're about to do what I was going to ask.
Analyzing the information means you take it in and you start to cross-reference it to see where it aligns.
Yep.
That's analyzing.
The disagreeing things, where they overlap.
Right. And then are you seeing trends? Right. That's all part of analysis. Synthesis then means that you take open gaps, open question marks, and you start to actively take steps to fill in those questions, to fill in those missing spots. So if you think of it, analysis is passive. Analysis is just taking what you find, taking what you get, and then creating a document or a grid that has gaps in it. And then you pass it to somebody and say, here's my analysis. We know these three things. We don't know these three things. Synthesis is, we know these three things. We don't know these three things, but here's how we will find the answer to these other missing spots. When you and I start to synthesize the information that we have, it starts to give us an active tool that we can use to collect information. We can go to people that we trust, people that we like talking to, people that we know are bigger thinkers or look beyond the noise, and we can start asking them their opinions. You get to do this every day on your show. You get to ask big questions of people that are advanced thinkers, and you get to inform your own opinion every step of the way. You are synthesizing every step of the way, every time you have one of these interviews. People who watch you are doing the same thing. They're synthesizing through you. They have gaps. They want those gaps filled. They trust you to help them fill those gaps, but you're not the only source. They have other people that they also learn from, other people that they also follow. The problem with our world, the problem with the United States in many ways, in my opinion, is a lack, not of analysis. It's a lack of synthesis. People accept the gaps and they assume what's happening in the gap instead of actively trying to solve the question of what's happening in the gap.
That's really interesting and I think super important. And again, abstracting it for people, it does not matter what problem you were trying to think through, whether it's Israel, Hamas, whether it is Ukraine, Russia, correct. Being a better parent, getting a promotion, starting a business, whatever. It's